Hi, I'm Josh,
I'm Adam.
and welcome to our first and thus only episode of This Movie Needs More Flavor. In this episode, we're covering the 93 horror film Return of the Living Dead 3. This is basically a kind of tragic romance B movie. Kurt and Julie, he's lost his mom, broken, she's wrong side of the tracks girl, and it's established early she's all goth. And they go on to the base in search of adventure and cheap thrills to find reanimated corpses. And from there, it goes into, of course, them tearing away from the authority figure and off into the sunset where she's promptly killed. In his genius move, Kurt decides that he's going to bring his woman back to life as he did not witness the aftermath of the reanimation. And the result is hijinks as they try and survive a night of running from the military and a pack of thugs that they randomly got into it in a convenience store with. And we'll get on with Adam's 5 takes on Return of the Living Dead 3.
First off, I would like to say that for this installment, I like the fact that a lot of the comedy from the first one is taken away. I love the first one. The comedy is great in it, but I like how they just, it's no bullshit. They just go with it. So everything that's left is just serious. As ridiculous as it may be, it's serious. Secondly, in one of the early scenes, the zombie is being experimented on. The guy that got to play this zombie was actually a vagrant in, I believe, the Los Angeles area. And the director and producers, I guess they decided it was more affordable to hire somebody homeless. So they hired him, but they put him up in a nice hotel, to make sure that he didn't get lost or wander off, for filming. And allegedly, the closer it got to filming, this guy would demand either more money or limo rides. So I guess, he was riding the gravy train for however long it lasted. The thing about this movie is that everybody seems to make really bad choices. Like, just bad choices lead to bad choices. Like, you have, this young man and woman who essentially wander on to this military base like it's a convenience store. As long as they can swipe their dad's card, they get in and out. Having fun at daddy's military base leads to them scurrying off. And after Julie gets killed, another brilliant solution is to wait. Let's just reanimate her with the experiment we saw earlier. And then it just keeps going on and on with like the meeting the gang members or punks or whatever in the convenience store, and then the convenience store worker, flying off the handle, and then it keeps going. I'll leave it at that. But I find that very amusing. Another thing about this movie, and a lot of movies do this, is the idea that, well, if we get this alien species or these zombies or whatever it is, if we can just manipulate them and control them somehow, they can be our fighting force. Which, if you play it right, okay, I'll buy into it. But this movie does it absolutely garbage because you see the fruits of their labor, at least, towards the end, and you'll see that these soldiers are garbage. They can't withstand shotguns. They can't withstand anything. So what's the point anyway? Well, I guess the point is to make the movie, and enjoy it. I did. So this is the kind of movie I feel owns its cheese. It owns its cheese, and I dig it. So for all the faults it may have, it's highly entertaining. And if you're a fan of zombie movies, I would definitely make a point to see this one, if not just for the cheese. And I will hand it back to you, Josh.
Thank you very much. All right, like my first off one is the opening kickoff to the shit hitting the fan. Zombie reanimates, kids take off. It goes down with the little freeze blast to the head. Then they're starting to take all the little rigging off the guy. And the first thing the dude does is stick his fingers in the zombie's mouth. Like, that is the kickoff point. He gets bit, fingers come off, and that's the start of it. No matter how frozen that dude is, the compulsion to stick your fingers in mouth is not there.
Brother, don't put your fingers in a zombie's mouth ever.
Okay, so that's my first one, and it's just a little side one. My second one, the big one I want to talk about, and the thing that's like paramount in this movie, like the reason to watch it if you like your B horror, is the visual effects. The visual effects are great, and the two I love the most are the zombie that comes after Kurt and Julie initially, and the scene I love is they throw him back, and his skull comes away from the rest of him, and it just pulls away, and it looks nasty. And that's what I'm going for.
On the other side of that, I think it looks incredibly cheesy, but I appreciate the fact that it's practical effects.
Yes.
So
And yes, I mean, I'm not gonna say it looks real. I can't tell if it looks real. I've never seen that happen.
Yeah.
But it's visceral. It grosses me out.
Right.
All right. I see tendons coming apart, even if it looks like they're latex.
Right. Practical effects.
And the other one is the Santos zombie when she finally does her thing with him, and he's head with spine, beautiful. All right. Another thing
I was thinking about that too.
I love about this movie, and I love about the entire Return franchise, is the cognitive zombies. You got zombies with some thought process going.
Right.
I mean, from the first one with the one calling the ambulance dispatch to send more help, to this one where she's with her dude. I mean, they're together this whole damn time through. She never just loses it and attacks him. She goes off on Riverman, unfortunately. I'm going to get into that. But
she actually, very similar to the first one, I felt like we were taking this little journey with her. Like she was slowly, like she died, but she slowly was slipping away, which is, it's like, thank you, for letting us be in the shoes of this woman who's going to be...
it's a little, different experience for it. So it's just not just an inhuman attack. There's something there to that. And that I like. And the other, kind of a two-parter is just two characters. First, the unsung hero of Riverman. All right. Riverman takes some serious abuse for being a good guy. And, he's a kind of stereotypical character. He's that, just benevolent and knowledgeable homeless guy. Gonna lay down the good advice. Very Home Alone 2 old lady.
And this is not contrarian to that. Like, he is golden. However, I feel like they wanted to make him crazy, but he was too cognizant and awesome to be that crazy. So it's one of those where, you know what, I just went with it. I just went with it.
And in the end, my favorite part about all that is the little coin. When Kurt throws that coin at his zombie ass to get it, to recognize, hey, we helped each other out, we're still with each other, and he asserts that. My other character is our bad choice king here, and that Santos. Santos has the most ass random in logic. This man, okay, first off,
his dude is
okay. He's the only one in his crew with a girl. She looks good, skanky, good. They're there at a convenience store playing a video game. She's ready to go, and I mean ready to go. She's rubbing on him and shit, and he's like, well, just give me one more hour at the convenience store playing the video game. If we would have taken off when you wanted, we wouldn't have gotten to level 7. And I'm like, are you serious?
He's a man on a mission.
Poor decision 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Second poor decision 1. He lets his boy straight up die, going after the bitch who attacked him.
That was part of the bad choices. Like, what are you gonna go to a hospital? As far as you guys know, you need to get to a hospital. No, we're gonna go track.
Right.
Okay.
She gave you the rabies. Right. We're going into the sewer.
Makes sense.
And then, ultimate poor decision number 3. I like it. He gets all turned on by zombie broad with shit sticking out of her spikes. So, if you are going to check out this movie, I would definitely say, as in any great and cultured B movie, horror, take it with a grain of salt, enjoy it.
We're going to sign out here. Hopefully we'll be back and we'll bring you something new. Until then, have a great night.